You know what? I'm sick and tired of all these junky Chinese knives. I actually had to glue the handle back on this one, the Brodark. Sometimes, when you need something to work, you have to fall back on the recommendations of a dead man. Today we look at Anthony Bourdain's knife that he used in his own home.
Knife observation.
I might have to use that one from now on instead of the Ric Flair intro. Anywho, what we have here today is a chef's knife, but not just any chef's knife. You might think it looks kind of cheap, but it's made in Japan. It was $100 and it was Anthony Bourdain's preferred knife for at-home use. Now, if you know anything about Anthony Bourdain, you'd be aware that he was probably too cool to know anything about knives, but he did know a few things about food. There's a common misconception that Tony was an expert of sorts, but he really wasn't. He was just a highly charismatic food traveler before the age of YouTuber foodie boys. That doesn't mean that this knife is automatically bad though. It performs really well and it looks cool as fuck. This is all one piece of metal with rubberized inlays for grip. The handle is hollow and filled with sand for balance purposes. It's very cool. Style points. The Japanese do know shit about knives and they appear to have made something pretty good quality here. It has a proprietary stainless steel, Chromova 18. This is designed exclusively for global cutlery use. It has 1% carbon content, 17 to 18% chromium, 1.12% molybdenum, and 0.14% vanadium content. At 58 HRC, it has decent wear resistance, poor edge retention compared to higher carbon steels, extra super duper high corrosion resistance, and it's very easy to sharpen. Compared to VG10, it has higher corrosion resistance and lower edge retention. This knife steel was specifically designed for use in the kitchen. It is meant to be washed and used a bunch and sharpened often. VG10 offers better multifunctional use such as in folders, whereas this Chromova 18 is specifically for kitchen knife use, specifically by the global brand. They do ice temper on this steel, not cryo, and that's them, I guess, trying to up the edge retention as best as they can. It typically comes out between 56 to 58 in these knives, but I have no way of testing that at the moment. Now's the time that I tell you, even with this high corrosion resistance, don't ever put any good knife in a dishwasher. At the very least, it will get scratched, if not rust. That is any steel. After using it for a bit, I have decided that this is a fantastic knife and deserves a place on my rack. I'll be using this all summer until I have to get a new one because I sharpened it all away. That's the risk that you run with something that you have to sharpen often, is that you're going to sharpen the whole knife away eventually. It has that wonderful kitchen knife classic geometry, very thin blade stock, super slicey, and it's got a secondary bevel, as you can see on the bottom there. The regular bevel is the grind up here, the secondary bevel is the grind right by the edge. The sandy handle provides a perfect balance. As you can see, it is right behind the blade, somewhere right around there. And as Anthony Bourdain once said, and no, I don't know if he was sponsored or not, so this could be a false premise, but what he said was that it's sharp, easy to sharpen, and it looks cool. So if Tony says it's cool, you bet your ass it's cool. He's the coolest son of a gun the Travel Channel's ever seen. Picking a nice kitchen knife has been a bit of a struggle for my brother and I. We tried last holiday season, but we both wound up with some VG10 knives, some cheap Chinese knives. They're great, they're super budgety. VG10's a great steal, especially for the kitchen. There's no fun in getting a VG10 knife and never getting another knife. I like to try new things constantly, so even though I could never live my whole life using these VG10 and even this 14C28N chef's knife, next I'd like to get something a little bit nicer. Nice knives for nice boys. This is the next step up in my mind. The next step up from here would be high carbon, high maintenance Japanese blue steel chef's knives. We'll get there when we get there, people. Those are hundreds of dollars. For now, try this sucker out. It won't destroy your wallet, and it's a high-performance alternative to the flood of Chinese VG10 knives that we are all using, I'm sure. And if you're already using a Japanese blue steel knife every day, thanks for joining me for my video that means nothing to you. Maybe try the Global out as your beater knife that you can abuse and it won't rust as easily. They also sell a thicker, beefier version for like $30 more. It's 2 inches wider at the base here, it's twice as thick blade stock, and it has those little divots on the blade you've seen that they keep the food from sticking. I wanted the thinner one because it's sharper by design. I'll leave a link to both of them down in the description. Good knife. If you need one, buy one. If you don't need one and you're itching to buy something, I've got the right thing for you. MadWax. This is the kind of stuff that you're going to need to put on your Japanese blue steel knives. It is food safe. It is an excellent corrosion resistance tool. It is good for all of your carbon steel blades and even your stainless steel blades, just to protect them. All you do is you break it up, you wipe it on your blade, you leave it for a minute, and then wipe it off, and it leaves a layer of wax. It's the same way that your car is protected by wax. Links down below. I've got the wax for sale on Blade Binge, I've got it for sale on Etsy, and you can also just contact me on Instagram or by email. $16 plus shipping. Hey, since I still have you here, let's talk about my videos. Are they not long enough? Are they too long? Are they just right? Is there information that I need to remember to mention that maybe I haven't been? Some of my contemporaries make 30-minute videos, and it is my goal to keep my long-form content under 10 minutes for the most part, because frankly, nobody got time for a 30-minute video about a knife. I do, however, want to make sure that I'm delivering the content that you folks enjoy, so your feedback is important to me. Please like and subscribe before you go. Check out a MadYocco Hank. Love y'all. Peace.